Well, hello YouTube, and welcome back to another video here on the YouTube channel. Coming back today because in the last day or so I was painting my flagpole here on the middle lawn. I took this down, I think it was Sunday night, and I'm finally getting around to painting it. I got most of the paint put on. I might have to touch it up some more, but I'm really coming on to show you how I painted this pole. So if any of you want to paint a pole like this, you would know how to paint it. We really started painting this pole yesterday, and today I painted it. I put the second coat on today. One thing that I do different here is I painted the ball a different color. This used to be a white ball, and I did that with a golden sunset spray paint color. That's what it is now. It might look more of a yellow look. I know I've had a few people tell me already that it looks more of a yellow, but as long as it works okay, I'm fine with how it turned out. It's close enough to a traditional ball color on the top, a traditional flagpole ornament color. Here's the rope down here. We kept that out of the way painting it. You just let the rope hang down here if you're repainting your flagpole and it doesn't get any of the paint on the rope. One other thing that I just did before I started recording this video is the pulley was a little squeaky here, so I just put some WD-40 in there, and hopefully that helps keep the pulley less squeaky. I know the weather elements can really start getting in there, the water, the rainwater, and it can really start messing with the pulley, making it squeaky and kind of slowly wearing it out. But hopefully we can use this pulley a little longer. I started painting the pole white first. It's still drying a little bit, still kind of sticky, but I started this part first, the white paint, and then when I was done painting it white, I started spray painting the ball, as you see here. And how I did that is I took these rags. The paint was still kind of sticky, but that was my first coat, so I wasn't really worried about messing the paint up a little bit, because I was still gonna put another coat on. But I wrapped these rags around here, and I gently went in with the spray paint can lever, and I gently put that on easily so that it wouldn't get on my pole too much. I kind of got it on here, but as you can see, that's gone now. That spray paint there that was on the white pole part there, because that's the second coat. And that's what I mean, because the first coat, if I messed it up with the spray paint, I could just go on with the second coat and fix it. That's what I did, because there's no longer a spray paint spot there. Yeah, that's basically how you do that. If you want to do it that way, if you are painting a pole like this, we kind of got a little paint on the cleat there, but that should be okay. When that dries, that shouldn't interfere with the rope too much. I'm not really a professional doing this. I'm just old country person, painting the pole as best as I can. But yeah, the reason why I painted this pole is that there was a spot up here that was starting to chip off and rust. Of course, I had to sand this down before I painted it, so that's what you want to do too. And you maybe are repainting your steel flagpole like this. You might want to sand it before you paint it so that the paint will stick and the rust won't be on there anymore. But yeah, you want to sand that down some and make it smooth enough, and that's what I did before I painted the pole with the first coat, and then I did the second coat today. And yeah, you might really notice a little bit that there was a paint missing there before, but that's all right. You won't notice that once it's up in the air. You still can kind of notice how this bowl used to be white, so you can still notice kind of some white spots on the bowl, but that's all right. That's going to be up in the air. You won't really notice those little boo-boos there. But yeah, I'm satisfied with it. That's all that matters. You won't really see if there's any mess up here. It's, you know, it's like 20 feet. This pole is 22, I think. If you notice down here, I never painted the very bottom because this part goes in the ground here, which is covered right now with this to keep the weather out of the hole. But the hole is down there. That's about 2 feet in the ground. So I never really painted this part. I left about 1.5 feet maybe unpainted there. So that part goes in the ground. That gets kind of scraped off anyways. But yeah, I hope to have this pole up in the ground again by the end of this week maybe. You know, Thursday night, tomorrow night, Friday, I might put this back up. You know, I'm planning on putting it back up without a flag on it as you wait for the paint to cure on it. The paint's still sticky a little bit right now because it's still curing. I just painted it like 2 hours ago maybe. I gave it that second coat, and yeah, we're just waiting to put it in the ground. I might have to touch up below the cleat here before I put it in the ground. There's kind of some scrapes around here, the bottom part, and that I can just fix that up when I put it in the ground. That's no biggie there, but yeah, we have the cleat here. You want to keep your rope hanging so that there's no paint that gets on the rope when you paint the pole. You just keep your pole there, you know, your rope, gravity will keep it on the ground there. And yeah, you just paint it up like this. That little bit of paint there on the cleat, if you can see that, that's not going to be a big of a deal unless it dries right. It won't get on the rope if it's dry. Yeah, We'll definitely have this back up though by the end of the week into the weekend. It is August weather here. It's definitely feeling cooler at nighttime, but that's August for you. Fall is coming. Another month or two, fall will be here, and you know, we'll have this all painted before the winter comes. That's, you know, that's the good part about it, you know, getting it painted before it gets too cold and you can't really paint anything. But yeah, this pole really needed a paint job because there was some spots that were rusting on it. And when I painted it the first time, you know, I built this pole back a few years ago. The original pole that was here, see, this foundation here was poured back in 2011. So we once had a galvanized pole that wasn't, it was like a couple feet shorter than this pole, but this pole, you know, replaced that pole a few years ago. That pole was like 17 feet long, I think. This one's 22, so this one's definitely a little bit taller, and it's made of steel. That's the good thing about this one, because steel is kind of popular, especially with older flagpoles. That's what they're made out of, steel or wooden. It always used to be back in the like 50 years ago. They would use that material for their pole, but that is definitely what this pole is. It's steel now. Just gotta repaint it sometimes. And anyways, that's gonna be it though. Cutting this short, my battery's dying. But yeah, that's basically what it is. Repainting the pole, and I'm not really gonna put a flag on it yet. When I put it up, I'll wait a day or two before I do that. But yeah, we're just repainting this pole. The last paint job was 2019, and when I was I think I got sidetracked, but when I first painted it, when I made it back a few years ago, what I was going to say is, I might have already said it, but if I never, you hear it now. There was a straight mark that I made up about halfway up the pole. That was because I rushed to get it up. That was in May, like 2 years ago, when I first started, you know, putting this pole in the ground. I replaced it with the other pole, and that was like the first time this pole ever went up. But yeah, we're just repainting it. We're making sure that there's gonna be no straight marks this time, hopefully, when we put it up. So I'm trying not to rush at this. That's when mistakes happen. And yeah, we're just waiting to get this up, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna look beautiful, especially with that gold ball color now on the ball, that golden sunset paint there. Hopefully that works out well. Traditional flagpole colors, but we'll have this up before the weekend. It will be showing our Canada flag again flying in our yard, and show Canadian pride once again with this new flagpole, painted flagpole, and repaint it. And anyways, I might make another video raising the flag maybe on it, or maybe I'll even record putting it up into the ground again, right? Because you bet you, I never did a video on that before on the channel, me putting up a pole like that. But you know, thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Continue to show your support here on the channel, and we will catch you in the next video. Cheers, and have a great day.